given that it's been a couple of weeks now since Windows 10 has come out, is what do you think of that?
I'm really happy with it so far. Anybody that knows me knows I like my operating systems fast and minimalist. That's just, I want lean and mean. The leaner and the meaner, the better.
Which is, by the way, why you've been pretty critical of the Xbox One's interface.
Yeah,
it is none of those things.
It's designed for Kinect. If you don't have a Kinect, it's like when I plug it in at work and I don't have Kinect there like I do at home, it's a clunky kind of mess.
Yeah.
But
Windows 10 is stripped down of a lot of the clunky garbage that they put in Windows 8.
It's very quick. It's not constantly harassing me if I want to. Are you sure you want to open this? It could be bad for you. Like, easy there, big government.
I think it actually does do that. I think it carried over your settings from when you upgraded. When you
disable,
you already turned that stuff down, the VAC or whatever it's something. But that's one of the first things I do on a new PC is just turn off all those. Like, are you sure you want to do that? Yeah, yes, I'm sure.
But it's quick, it's clean. It doesn't have the Windows 8 touchscreen shell layer.
So it does still have that if you have a touchscreen PC.
Yeah.
So it's like this is a no-brainer, but it's like, oh hey, maybe if you look and see if I have a touchscreen and then put up the touchscreen UI, don't force it on me, Microsoft. And they finally figured that out, which is. So I mean, my overall impression of it so far is that I really like all the UI tweaks they've made.
Yeah.
I do like kind of the way they're getting it out of my way a lot and just having it. Be content to be in the background a lot. The new start menu is a big improvement over Windows 8. I don't know if I like it better than Windows 7. I don't particularly care for the live tiles yet.
And I'm not sure if I also it alphabetizes the list of apps, which I can see how I don't know if I guess that works, but
and it has the most recent or most frequently used stuff.
Yeah,
up there,
it does at the top.
Which I like. That's most of what I use the start menu for. Besides launching programs, or typing stuff in to search for it. So I mean that's most of what I need. It would have been nice for them to do something a little bit more useful than those live tiles. It's like, okay, I have the weather in there now. I still have virtually no interest in using their modern apps. I don't think I've seen any of them do anything better than just a web-based version or a conventional desktop-based version. How about that? And because I don't have a Surface, it's not super useful to me. Also on that note, Cortana is kind of a disappointment.
Haven't tried that out yet.
Yeah, I mean it's their desktop assistant or their personal assistant stuff. It feels very much like something designed for a phone, not for a desktop.
Because it was designed for a phone.
Yeah, it doesn't do a whole lot that's useful for a desktop or a home theater PC. One thing I was shocked about is that you can't say, "Hey Cortana, turn the volume up." Like it can't control the volume on my system, which is
too bad.
Which is bizarre. It can do it control the Windows Media Player playback. It'll stop and pause, start and stop that. But it's not as good as the Xbox One at recognizing media control commands, which is kind of a bummer. I'm sure it'll get there.
Yeah, I tried the Xbox One game streaming to Windows 10 last night.
Me too.
It could not have gone more simple or smooth. It was easy.
Yeah.
I did a quick check on it'll check to see whether you can handle a low, medium, or high quality stream. I checked out all three. Did a high quality and
both your Xbox and your PC are wired, correct?
They are both wired, and they're in the same room, to be fair. So it's not exactly like the most strenuous test ever, but it is. There was no perceptible lag at all, and the picture quality was really good on my monitor. So there was even a little setting you can sort of turn on the under the hood stuff, and it'll show you sort of your bandwidth usage and how the sort of quality the mathematical quality of the stream. So yeah, it was like 2 clicks. It was connect to Xbox and stream this. Boom, done, and I'm playing.
Yeah, I tried it out last night as well. I played some Batman Arkham Knight briefly, and it was responsive enough, even though to my great shame my PC is on Wi-Fi right now. I still need to get that wired. but that's going to be a project. But
time to drill some holes in Dan's house.
I wish it were that easy.
Walls, floors, ceilings, drill, baby, drill.
But yeah, it worked. It worked, surprisingly well.
Yeah.
And as well as I expect in-home streaming to work, which is, and it would drop every so often, and kind of skip for a fraction of a second.
Yeah,
but it's
I
still
didn't have
totally
that on
playable.
the wired connection, but
and still totally playable.
Yeah.
And it still strikes me as a feature for people who don't own gaming PCs. Like if you own a gaming PC, like you play your games on that.
Yeah.
There's unless there's a game that is only on Xbox and you want to play it where your PC is, and you can't. It's not like you can play it with a mouse and keyboard. So there's not really an advantage to doing it.
The one thing I'd like to try, I don't own a Windows 10 tablet. I would like to try streaming to the tablet so that theoretically I could be like, maybe I want to just be up in my bed, just winding down, and I want to get one last round of Halo or something in.
Exactly. It treats it like the PS4 treats a Vita.
Yeah. So that's where I'd love to try it. But yeah, for desktop, I mean, it's not really. I don't personally have a use for it, but I could see how it has its uses.
Right. And yeah, it's for that guy who has an Xbox and a Surface. It's not really for me.
Right.
Yeah, I have an Xbox and I have a PC.
Or if you've got kids occupying the television, you can stream something over.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. And that's why you would be using it at all instead of just playing on your TV.
Of course.
So, but as far as is this a necessary upgrade for PC gamers? I'd say, based on all the performance benchmarks I've seen and based on my personal observations, I would say there's no rush. There is no huge performance benefit at all yet.
It is free though.
It is, and you should upgrade. For security purposes, for just to get rid of the god awful Windows 8 UI. Windows 7 is still perfectly viable.
Yeah.
Until DirectX 12 games start coming out, which probably won't happen until next year.
Phil Spencer had told me that Fable Legends is a DirectX 12 game, which is going to be a free to play on both Xbox One and PC if you're interested in that one.
Right. Yeah. I guess that might be one of the first.
He did say that was going to be one of the first. Yeah.
But like that you could start seeing some major performance bumps. But unless a game specifically supports DirectX 12, it's going to be very comparable to Windows 8. Speeds.
Windows versions are like Star Trek movies, Dan. Every other one is good.
Yeah,
it goes back. If you go ahead, do it in your head.
I think 95 and 98 were both
not
pretty
so
good.
great. So 10 seems good. 8 not as great. 7 good. Vista everyone hated.
Yep.
And you go back to XP, which was amazing. Millennium, which was horrible. 98, which was great. 95 was eh.
Are we counting 2000 and NT in there?
Those weren't consumer. Those were sort of business. Those weren't really consumer facing OSs.
I was on 2000.
Well, you're a power user. 2000 wasn't super games friendly though at the time.
No, well, it took a few years. It was probably like 2002 before it was good for games. But we digress. But yeah, you can upgrade for free to Windows 10, and you probably should. Like, there's very few reasons you shouldn't. Like, I haven't had any game compatibility problems with it yet.
Yeah, me neither.
We actually have an article. Like, if you've got that thing, you're still waiting for Windows.
Stupid flag in your taskbar.
If you're still waiting for Microsoft to say, okay, you can upgrade now with the Windows Update background stuff. If you don't want to wait for that, there's an article on IGN that'll tell you exactly how to do it. It's really easy actually. Just a little program you download and just say upgrade.
Yeah, I think if you just Google IGN Windows 10 skip the wait.
Yep,
we'll find it for you real quick.
Yeah.